to build up now.
Zorain's still getting tipped, I believe. S.E.A probably just got another boar off him. Top lane, Masaros and Q are going to go for a bit of a dive here onto Lun. They won't find how, but they'll go after the easier target anyway. Balance is there, maybe they will go after Hal, but they're going to leave him on very low HP or the Death Pulse. It won't be enough. He had stick charges. Because you buy the magic wand against the Necro because he does spam out so many spells, but it may not matter in the end. As the Primal Spling is there, Fairy Fire is going to be eaten, but it won't matter. As Masaros has enough damage. And this is why Necrophos does tend to do very well against the PA, among other things.
Hopefully not too happy because he hates when the heroes nerf. How having a really slow start, 13-2 in CS, Masaros 8 above. They do have good minus armor and synergy with the physical output of the PA, but once Masaros gets a valid point in the Shroud, you're not gonna melt him, and it's even worse with a hard stopper up. Like, even if he's not hitting you, you're just melting.
Yep, Masaros is not gonna die. Q will take care of Lun. Hal, maybe he does die. Ghost Shroud's gonna wear off, and he does indeed go down as Q now. Unable to finish the kill off onto Lun, so they get a bit greedy in the end and they get punished for it. I'm sure young PH and YG are still going to be pretty satisfied that they are forcing this Conquer to run back to the fountain. But in the meantime, top lane Hal, well, he found a courier of Masaros. He's lost all his raindrop charges, all stick charges used up, and now he'll just be kind of forced to try and juke and jive his way out of this. But Masaros probably just going to keep chasing him down, and eventually, can they get the kill? Q? One more hit? No, he won't get it. They'll have to try and skill lay instead, or Lun, and they will. With the Death Pulses out, they can't actually fight back. Primal Spring in, Lun may eventually just drop anyway, and does. So you don't get Hal. You do drop him to very low HP though. And Hal, he hasn't TP'd back to base either. Zoror, or Zorain, gonna go down to Jackie.
Oh yeah, they're getting everything from every single lane. 4-2, 14 lead at 8.5 minutes. That is ridiculous. That is way too much to play against YG. We talked about PA timings. Now it's still a long way from that battle period to catch up.
Masaros has got the Reaper scythe up now, John. Don't forget how he's dropping very low. Reapers is there. It's not going to be enough. Masaros might still be able to get a Ghost Shroud. No, the Blink Strike. Very close call, and now he's in a bit of an awkward scenario here on the Necro. Hood of Defiance is there for defense. The capability is young PH. He's gonna have the Vortex in time. Masaros out of mana. He'll stick charge up. Barely survives. Death Pulse is out, but it won't matter in the end. And just annoy the crap out of them, especially when they can't get the bottom tier 1 tower. Because Hal has to farm here. He can't go to the triangle. He can't go bot lane because the tier 1 tower is still standing. So he's stuck at this top lane trying to farm up. And as the Necrophos, you could just stay here indefinitely until this happens. Swap is going to be there. They'll try to burst him down, but here comes the boat. And in the end, Masaros won't die. And they might even be able to kill Lun. So he gets caught out. You have the Reapers if you need it. And they'll commit it. In fact, they even pound skill lay. Set 0. He'll let it go. And it was more than enough to find the secondary support on the side of YG. Means, John, Hal has to now go down to the bot lane. Want to continue delaying that Blink Dagger timing. And Motivate.Trust, they are going to continue pursuing this top tier 2. Fearless, he'll leave his team to it while they go after Zorain instead. Bot lane, this man just could not catch a break, but it's going to be there. Masaros.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Sends him right to the Shadowlands. Top lane on the brighter side. Q does go down again for YG, and they might get a second kill here onto Set 0. Zorain's giving the tips over. But you got the top tier 2 tower. I mean, you're still very happy as Motivate at the moment. And that Echo we're looking for. He'll sneak in, smoke about to wear off. They won't see him. No wards to scan out the Earthshaker. Motivate, though, still very cautious, understanding that they may have that play up their sleeve. Back into the Roshan, young PH, he'll try and play the bait. Now the Echo comes in, skill away. He gets a perfect. Is it going to be enough, though? Not quite. The boat flies in, and they are just falling like flies. Masaros cleans up. There's a Reaper sight. An ultra kill out for Masaros. And that's the best you can ask for. That's as good as it was going to get. And it still was not enough to take down Motivate.Trust.
Bano. We could try to deny the Aegis, as Roshan's still low, so the creep armor's up in front. It doesn't take too long to wipe it out. And they get it. Fearless grabs it instead of Jack. Is, you know, they don't really want to leave that lying around, but YG, that's fairly concerning.
Go Jackie, he'll hold on to that. Keep it tightly in his pocket, you know, just wait for that right moment, which I'm sure will be very soon.
Now YG smoke up. They're trying to wrap around. Jackie's all alone right now. That could be big kill.
Yeah, but Zorain's been caught down on the Beastmaster. He gets Reaper Sight down. Jackie seems to know something's awry and does get caught by the Vortex. Orchid is there. This will be a massive pick off, and they do get him.
Your warning.
Very nice pick there for YG. In the meantime, they do get Hal. I mean, pos 1 for pos 1 trade. Add the pos 3 on top. Can they find more? Q. He found Lun, Fearless. Oh, he needed the X there and didn't have the vision. X is up 1. It's gonna be Zorain. They won't really have the greatest follow-up though. But Jackie, he's popped the DD. He wants to start moving into that tier 3 tower, and Metamorphosis has been committed. This tier 3 won't take long. Young P. Oh, the Orchid's out. Young PH. He gets caught. Reaper Sight is there. Onto the tier 3 tower they go. Going down, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter though, John. Or does it? Rory's out. Jackie's been caught. They do at least kill off S.E.A, but that's a Crystal Maiden you've got. Masteros, he'll swap back in. They can't kill him. Or can they? Hal jumps in. Primal Spring is there. They've X'd him up. Boundless Strike is out. And I suppose you kill S.E.A, but he's brought back and rejoined his team. Motivate, they're not going to force this in further anyway. They'll respect YG's high ground defense. And they got two buybacks out of them. So they'll be okay. Fearless. Orchid there. He's away from his team and he's going to pay for it. These are the kind of mistakes you don't want to see from Motivate right now. That is exactly what happens though, as now Masteros gets stunned up by the magic missile. Lun, we chase down. Masteros, no Reapers, but look at the damage he has. Meanwhile, Hal gonna try and jump in on S.E.A. He'll get the tie back on the Crystal Maiden. Nice pick off there for our Phantom Assassin. Can they keep it up? Young PH in on Q now after the Wukong's command. They'll get another. Very slow, but meticulous kind of kills here from YG. They're going to lose Zorain. Hal needs to be careful, but now the jump is there onto Masteros. They've got the Ghost Round already committed. Thunder is going to save at least for now, but Jackie, he'll be jumped instead, and they will just take him down. Tip immediately out from Zorain. Oh, the Savior Buddy Syndrome from Motivate.Trust not paying off in their favor, as now Fearless is brought back. And they have really messed up this mid game for themselves, I think. I mean, it's not completely going back the way of YG, but they've got to be very cautious. I mean, these kills are very unnecessary. They're feeling confident now. Deso up on Hal. Definitely a lot of damage coming out now from this PA. Does S.E.A. Glimmer Cape, he's going to break the smoke, but they see him. Not the target they wanted, but it's not a bad one to start on either. Just blow up one of the POS 5s. And the big positive for YG is Roshan is up. In fact, Masteros, he's going to be scouted. Fearless, X out, Orchid, all being thrown onto the bench. Meanwhile, on the backside, they caught out Q. The monkey's going to drop, but Reaper's Sight is there on Lun to make sure the bench is down. But now Young PH, he'll move in onto the Necro. Masteros, he's going to be in a danger. A lot of damage, but a big torrent out. Fearless onto 2. He kills off Young PH, and now the chase is on. They want Hal, they want Zorain, they want Skill A. Hal, dangerous type to farm, sir.
The Stormfront is it in the back line, but it's not enough to hold off Jackie, who's BKB's off cooldown, who still has Aegis, doesn't even have a care in the world.
Well, boat gonna fly in. Zorain being targeted. Tidal Wave is there as well. Fisher not gonna do anything. They try to jump in on Q, but Disarm is there with a Heaven's Halberd from Fearless. Q gonna get jumped. Hal does get the kill, but where do you go now? He's been X back. Hal, he'll be forced to BKB up and try to run. Jackie though, he'll be on the chase with the Eye of Skadi. Meanwhile, our Storm, he will escape, but Hal is not really so lucky, as Torrent and Orchid's gonna be there, and he's been left behind.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Not great news for YG, is all that gold is going to go the way of Masteros. He's got no buyback.
Dire's
But then, against Megas, it's not looking healthy for him, not looking too great. They'll smoke up. They're gonna try. Skill late, looking at Jackie. Everyone's very split right now. Swap is there. Maserot immediately with the Ghost Shroud. We're all gonna be committed. Zip in now as well. Big Vortex with the Heavy and now the Echo, but no, it's not enough. The damage isn't there. Skill late and both died. How? He's the only one left trying, but they call it. The supports of YG, they know it's over. After this build, literally did no damage. Motivate.Trust. Pretty confident game number one.
Venge sort of counter pick on the offlane for the Void is just counteracted by the fact that it's support. So I think Motivate.Trust can pull off what they want here.
Arrow, nice setup. Maserot's already going to be taking a lot of damage. He'll turn for a God's Rebuke, but the Frostbite's going to kick in. First Blood will go the way of Howl.
And if they can kind of get some presence on Q, like the laning phase for that Void 5 is the hardest part. You really do have to teeter on the edge with a time walk, but if you can get some EXP flowing, you're pretty alright there.
It gets caught out. Frostbite chains are there. They'll get another kill. This one to go the way of young PH. So your Pulse 1 gets a first blood kill. Your mid laner gets a second kill going for himself. I mean, you really couldn't be happier if you're YG right now.
Camps. They did even get a pull off and Motivate.Trust. They're cutting off some of that camp access, and you can't maximize that initial gain on the CM. It does feel lackluster, though they lock in Q for a bit.
S.E.A goes down top lane, and now Jackie gets a return kill. And Q-Bot is going to be okay. Maserossi ends up spearing away Howl, understanding that the Metamorphosis damage is going to be quite annoying to deal with.
What a bash is there, and does win out in the end. And going off at a really good start, 43, rather even game. The state of the laning phase again for YG is not as bad, and Fearless. Ooh, good block.
It's going to be alright for now. Young PH, Remnant forward, Fearless dropping very low. Stormhammer there, Jack, you can at least try and trade it. Does kill off one, but they get Fearless. Can young PH get out? It doesn't seem like it. Double kill to go the way of Jackie. And usually I'd say that's more favorable for the side of YG because they got the kill on the Invoker first, but you gave a double to Jackie. That's never going to be good news.
We'll see if the commitment's enough. There's no Chrono for 2 minutes, so they're not going to have that big defensive spell. The arena's down for a little bit longer as well, 40 seconds off. So they should be able to get some good damage onto that tower.
Chain out, swap in. Now maybe they could deal with Maseros and they'll get him. Q, he's down with the time dilation. Jackie's going to join the fray right after Lun on the CM, but there's your... He's going out to quite a bit of damage. In fact, Jackie, he's dropping low. They will lose the CM, but they might get the Sven, and they will. Young PH, he picks it up onto Q. They might even get the Void, and they get him. Double kill for the Ember. And that was a very nice freezing field out from Lun, just standing his ground. And suddenly YG, they're onto the mid-tier 1 tower.
They have control of the bot jungle. They just need to play around this area, keep building up farm, and just wait for those item timings. Wait for your ults to be back up, and go from there.
Zorain trying to escape this arena. Maserot's eventually going to land the spear. Young PH still has joined in. Arrow is there as well, but Cuff's really nobody. And slide a bit. It's Remnant back in. There goes Maseros. It was a bit of a long duration Remnant, but it won't matter. Jackie, he's going to try and join. Chrono committed, will hold down the Ember, but are you going to have enough follow-up? God's strength in 3 seconds. He needs it right now, though. Another chain down. Set 0 caught. Stormhammer is juked out for a moment. There's a triple kill there for young PH. Onto Jackie now. That's the big target they've loved. He has the God strength, but he might have to fight this one out. Skill late. He'll get out of there. Freezing field to lock him down, and they'll get another. An ultra kill out for young PH.
Under a ward. So that should mean Motivate.Trust will avoid the brunt of that rotation. Maybe they catch out Kudo as he is still hanging around.
Q. Chrono is up. Skill late. Gonna be spotted here underneath the sentry. Q, he'll go in. Chrono and Cataclysm is available already. He'll swap them out on the Ember, but it won't matter. They got it down. A lot of gold to go the way of Motivate.Trust as now Zorain's been caught out. They'll try to fight Q. Zorain, he's going to keep going with this illusion, but now Jackie's shown up. He just tears apart the Crystal Maiden. And Zorain, he's still on the run with this illusion, but it will go. The bot here too did drop to Motivate, so they've already traded evenly. They'll be okay with this trade.
Dire's top tower
No response
has
to
fallen.
try and defend though. They'll accept that YG is a little bit frightening right now. As bot lane, instead they are going to jump in onto Young PH. They want the Ember, but a nice swap out is going to mean he won't get dropped. In fact, it's a lot of damage with the Sleight of Fist. Arrow to come in, Chaos Meteor to help, but it will not be enough. Q and Masteros both died, and now they're onto Fearless. They've got the Invoker down. They want the fourth, and they'll get set 0, I think. High five. Set 0 won't return it.
I think Masteros ended up just using Sunstrike instead of Cataclysm. So they didn't use their big damage spell, because what happens is with a swap, you still get some damage off. And
Was underneath an Observer Ward, but that'll be de-warded now by Lun. Motivate though still have tabs. They're just trying to move in. Young PH, he looks to be targeted. A spear is gonna eventually land, and now the Cataclysm flies through, but the damage, it wasn't really that high. And now the turnaround, Asteros, he ends up dropping. Set 0 needs to run ASAP. Well, where did the damage go? Jackie? Well, there's your damage. The Sven shows up now. But it may be too late. Q, he's been caught. Hal, he'll go for the man fight. Jackie's trying. Arrow to fly through. It won't land, but the BKB's gonna wear off, and Jackie needs an exit ASAP. As Young PH will jump in. They want the Sven. Stormhammer's there, but the Yule Scepter, it'll hold him up. And now with the double chains out, they'll finish the job off. Jackie's gone. Aegis does expire, but who the hell cares about that? It's why, well, Hal's not even dying. Fearless, he's going to try and run. He'll make it out with the Ghost Walk. So Zorain, he's going to be okay. Jackie, he'll keep farming Triangle. Meanwhile, Young PH, going to be just fine. They didn't have the speed to set up. In fact, Jackie now has been spotted. Lun does get the Frostbite off Jackie. He's forced the BKB, but how? He's got the Skadi up. It's so much damage already. Tornado to fly through. Q is around to help Young PH. He gets in with the chains again, and Jackie, he's going to drop. Set 0 will try and get himself out, but no, they've got the damage. Into the mid lane, Masteros has also been caught. A triple kill out for Hal. As Lun, he will bait Q forward, but it looks like Q is going to drop. An ultra kill out for our Terrorblade, and now they definitely want to try and force high ground. But the mid lane was forced in. Fearless creep skipping, not allowing them to be able to go high.
Yeah.
In fact, there goes your whole creep
Dire's
wave.
middle tower.
Chrono, because of Arena, because of Cataclysm, there's still a lot of ways for Motivate.Trust to play there, but they eventually work their way in on YG, and now it's time to Motivate.Trust to read that movement. Looks like they're not really aware of it, although they will scout at Sunstrike.
But they haven't got the refresher orb up yet either on Fearless. He's getting close, but not close enough to have the double Cataclysm, which it does feel like that's what you need right now. So they'll move in. Q, he has the Chrono. Dustin is there. Arena, though. Masteros, he gets caught in the Chrono. Q has no damage. He's trying his best. Jackie, he'll jump in and roll for the Roshan, and he does snatch it away, but they'll get the first life immediately. Onto the Benzorain, about to drop. Jackie, though, he's trapped in the pit. He'll have to man fight Hal, but Hal, he's a real Giga Chad right now. I don't know if you want to fight him. In fact, Skill A will do the job. Hal literally turned his back on Jackie. That's how confident he was. Jackie could not fight back. Was in mid lane, oh, that is a great arrow. Skill A landing an amazing arrow onto Masteros. And you know, John, maybe this pause 4 Void wasn't such a good idea.
And sort of cut off by Fearless beforehand, so bot wave shot in, mid is slowly trickling on, but it does feel like they have enough to at least stop that. Oh,
Zorain trying to catch Q. The Void arrow gonna follow up. They'll have him onto the tier 3 tower. Buybacks are still there, and they are delaying it with Hal. Cataclysm gonna fly through. Damage is just not gonna be there. Lun survives. Eventually they get the kill, but Fearless needs to back the hell out, and he will. Back onto the tier 3 tower they go.
Dire's towers are fortified.
You've got Jackie back up now, the Sven. Does he have the damage though? For now, it doesn't feel like it. How? He's gonna sit back.
Dire's middle tower
God Strength
has
still
fallen.
5 seconds away. In fact, now it's up. Arrow though, Fearless, it is going to land. He tries to refresh, but he's going to drop. Masaroff, he's the next one to go down. And Jackie, he's being chased right now by young PH. Set Zero, he will not be able to get back to the fountain. He just runs circles around it, quite literally. I love the BM play here from young PH. They're onto the tier 4 towers now.
Dire's
Oh, I
middle
do
tower
appreciate
is
the
under attack.
confidence. Remnant forward. How do you defend as Motivate? They've got the God Strength up. Arrow is going to fly through. Mastros, he's going to have to tank it. Jackie will have to get the job done himself, but the Sunder is there from Hell. He pumps a Satanic Q. Nice chrono. Will allow Jackie to... No, it won't. Jackie doesn't have the attack range, so Hell, he'll just get back to it. And in we go. Onto the spin. He has the buyback. He'll commit it, but without God Strength, how do you really fight back? The answer is you don't, John. This is GG. They call it.
Bonded, you and I.
It's all off the back of that swap play onto Fearless. Once that Invoker is there, you know, they just didn't have it. And Motivate.Trust, they held on for a long time. They held on as long as possible, but they don't manage to really execute the draft.